Yeah. So before we open up to the final kind of group discussion where we're so excited to hear from everyone, um, I just had a couple of thoughts of threads from this conversation that I'd like to pull together for the group. And Emma, for me, this starts with your work. And many of us in this room have had the pleasure of seeing Emma's work. And what stood out for me is that by giving the participants the space to independently photograph, she very literally activated lenses, not just what I see, but what you see, and then in conversation, what we see. So these types of relational spaces become a conversation and a collaboration in knowledge production, which reminds us the limitations of having just one lens. So as we come into our group collaboration discussion and our collaboratory meetings, where we see so many of the same faces every week, I just wanted to close on a note on collaboration. And I do so with the very deep pleasure of so many very long and very new colleagues and comrades in the room at the same time. Um, so every discipline, every practice, every movement sees something, right? And so from our collaboratory meetings, feminist political economy sees things that value chain scholarship may miss. Value chain scholarship sketches a map where legal analysis may consider one legal line, right? This is the beauty of Change Lab. Further, in the teams that I work with, I have seen that organizers see things that researchers cannot. And artists and photographers are able to grasp contexts that the reports struggle to capture. And so what happens is something very interesting when they're brought into conversation. In order to work across difference, we have to translate. We have to explain our frameworks, our assumptions, our vocabularies, and we have to make ourselves intelligible to one another. And in that process, what I have experienced is that language sometimes begins to stutter. The categories we rely on no longer fit quite so neatly. The familiar becomes unsettled, and that can be uncomfortable. But it's also where the new ways of seeing become possible. And so practicing change was created in the hope of making space for those encounters. Um, Not because we need a single lens or an integrated lens to understand supply chains, but because the complexity of the world demands many lenses. And when those lenses meet, then we can see something that none of us could have seen alone. Thank you all for joining us today. I look forward to the conversation, and I hope that you'll read, listen, share, contribute, practicing change. Thank you so much.